Okay guys, hi, my name is Billy. Today I'm going to be fixing a NIC card. The one I installed, these are very old school. The one I installed for that Peacock for my blue network firewall for wireless, instead of having it on LAN, didn't work. It's blinking off and on. I guess the card's bad. So to get everything initialized set up, I went there. I had got some more cards from somewhere, and these old school PCI opening ports. These are real hard to get nowadays. These are obsolete, actually. I'm going to install them. So I'm going to show you how to do this and how to program it to assign a type P so it doesn't interfere with the green or the other interfaces on the IP cup. So wish me luck, and thanks for watching. Okay, part 2. Now we got our system here. We're going to be switching the NIC card out. I do apologize. I need to get a camera for the top. Yes, let's get started. First, you're going to need one of these bad boys. They're nice. I don't know if you can see that very well. Camera's crappy, but nice little Phillips tip. And with most Dell computers like this, it's pretty easy as to screw. Some will have like a little clip here you just pull back. Some have like a little piece here, but pretty simple. This particular machine has a built-in NIC here and 2 NIC cards I've added in myself. One of them is just not working, and which helps with one's an intake and one's 2 outputs. But I'll further explain that down the road. We're going to be taking the bottom one out. That is where my dog is doing. Turn around. Trying to see what I'm doing. Spoil dog. Okay. This is the old card. It is in, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a CNET card. CNET's a pretty cheap little card. It's range about $10. Most of mine own. Drivers are easy to find. Some NET cards you can't get the drivers for, some we can. This one here is a NET here. So let's see if it works. Same thing as PCIe Express. So just you want to try to slide it down in there. This one's compatible. We'll find out. That's all it is. Find out. Take the screw, stick it back in here. You tighten this back down. Oh, by the way, these are awesome ratchets. They have a lefty loosey, righty tighty, or a neutral, where it can winch like a wrench, or you can have it locked. Just really handy when it comes to tightening and torquing on screws. But you don't want to torque too tight in the computer because you can crack and damage the motherboard. Just be careful about that. Alright, so that's done. Next, we're going to be putting the cover back on. Good old Dell. And I'm getting it going. As you can see, I have this one here assigns the main network. This one here is the input for the internet, and this one is the output for the wireless. Not bad for a 20 bucks computer. I got it at a pawn shop. Just had to reset the boot password and change some things, and there you go. You got your computer. I will be in the process of hooking things up, and I will continue on. Okay, update on what happened. This card has not, for some reason it's the same type of slots, but it would not work on there, and it looks newer. I don't know. It's technology. This is the old one we pulled out. All right, so now we're going to learn how to set up the IPs to where they can find where the cards assign its own DHCP. You don't want to have 2 network interfaces assigning the same range of IP. There can be conflict of interest on both sides. Trust me, you don't want the headache. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Alright, I am back. If you want me to show you like a full instruction video of how to change the router from a DDWT setting to like a bridge setup, where IPs are assigned from the IP cop, not from the router, which can be there's a headache I had to figure out ours. I will do a video for you. Since I've already done it, I'm just gonna go on and edit some IP ranges. So you want to join me? Come along, let's go. Alright, so now that this router is online, we're going to attempt to change its IPs. Now this is where it gets real hairy, and you got to pay attention to everything you do wrong. Because one little thing can mess up a lot of things. So now we're going to try to access the router page. Okay, taking forever. Okay, as you see, I have DDWRT is an open source firmware for Linux routers. If you want a video on how to reset an old certain models routers to just firmware, put a request in, I'll make the video. Whatever, you know, I like to teach people. Okay, so now we're going to go to setup. It's going to ask for a password and admin username. You can make it a different username and password, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, depends on the user. So as you can see here, I have a local IP address of this 12206. That's for the green network. So this is where it gets changed, because then we're switching it to another network that has another subnet. So let's go back to my PCOP interface. As you can see, I here have the blue wireless right here. That is that IP. Now here, we're going to go edit that in a minute, but we're going to go to interfaces. As you can see, blue, green, yellow, purple. So that's different things. Now let's go back to DHCP. I'm getting off track here. Okay. You see this blue interface? Right here it says enable. Now in order to do this, you have to go in, and I should have did this in the video earlier, but you can go in and change the IP settings, which I will show you right fast. Okay. Because if you do not, it won't configure IPs. It will give you an error message saying that the IP range, start range is not valid. It's really little simple errors they give you. Okay. So see, it's 1.6812.2 and that. So see, that's the IP range. So what I'm going to have to do is come over here and edit, because you always want to stay with that range of the blue. If you do not, you cross over to the green, it can cause conflict of interest and it might not work correctly. And all your devices connect. Won't see internet, won't see nothing, even if you hardwire, it won't work right. So this is what we're going to do. Now, as you see, the MAC address here is from that router. Alright, which you can also find that, where's the status? You can find that MAC address right here. So we're going to go back to setup, and then we're going to go back to the domain. So see here, I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to force the IP on it. So some people, you can have it auto assign, or you can have it forced, which is called a dynamic lease, and I'm trying to think of the term of it. It's called a, it's like a permanent lease. I'll tell you the name in a minute. But let me go ahead and get this IP set. 2.2. Okay, so see, that's where the IP range starts. Starts here and ends here. And the subnets have to match. Otherwise, the computers will not see each other on the same network, which just comes back down to local networking instead of wide networking, which is wide area networking for internet access, which we can explain more later. So we got that set. 2.2. You're going to click update. Alright, so it's updated. Now this is the thing. Now you got to go in your router, and you got to set your local IP address for the router to 2.192.168.2.2. Alright, your subnet's 255. See, the subnet in here, I don't understand how that works, but it still managed to see everything. So, I mean, everyone has their opinion about it. You can learn and just kind of go from there. Your gateway. This is a big, important problem right here. If this right here is not set right, you will not be able to access your router's wireless settings. And I had this problem last night. You have to make the gateway the same IP as your router's local IP address. And normally it doesn't work that way, but this situation it does, being that you're bridging. So you want to make that 192.168.2.2. Now you want to make sure it's a assigned WAN to port switch. This is only for DDWRT routers now. The regular router like that Linksys firmware does not. It's a lot easier to work with. This is more advanced. Make sure this WAN port is assigned to switch. If you do not, it will not work, and your IPs will not register correctly. I've had this problem with line too. Now your WAN connection has to be disabled. It cannot be any of this. Do not put automatic DHCP configuration. that will kick the bucket hard. Now if you do and it works, congratulations, you learned something I did. But anyways, you keep that disabled, don't mess with none of this, and then just hit save. Alright, and then you're going to hit apply. Now when you hit apply, you're going to lose access to your router. See, it says settings are successful, Windows are booting, but do not believe that, it's going to disconnect you. So in my next video, I will show you how it works. So stay tuned. Okay, I am back. We got the router hooked up. We got everything running. Now we need to, after getting the IP signed, we are going to restart. Refresh, I'm sorry. And hopefully it should pop up down here in my dynamic leases. If it's going to load. Ah. I forgot I changed the network settings. Great. Give me a minute here. So this is also good about PuTTY. You go to PuTTY. You want to type in 192.168.1.1. Oh, wrong one. Give me a minute here. It's going to get back in there in a minute. We're going to go 192.168.1.1. Okay. So you're going to do 8022, which is the default port. Okay, now see, I lost connection to my host. So now here's the problem. When you can't access that, IPCOP has a way of having a onboard screen. So all you need to do is type your password and log in, which we're about to do that.